Thanks to the help of my good friend Scaladesi, shout out to Scaladesi, we got 4 out of 5 pick'ems right on Thanksgiving. So close to hitting that 20x, making the $200. So I'm back again. Week 12 was in the books, and in this video, what I've done is I've extrapolated all the high value data, looked at the best fantasy performers from week 12, and looked at their recently sold items on eBay and sorted it by highest first to see if a tremendous amount of money is being invested in these players based on their performance over the weekend. And if not, when was the highest purchase made on this player? Look at the sales volume in the past 90 days and just overall seeing if we can pinpoint like a specific day of the week that people are spending more money on football cards than others. So let's dig in. So the Bears get a much needed win over the Detroit Lions, who are still winless, mind you. Andy Dalton coming in, the Red Rifle. Darnell Mooney delivers again against the Lions with 5 receptions for 123 yards of 17 fantasy points. And when I look at Darnell Mooney's sales, you can see here that in the last 90 days, he's had 1,672 sales for 2020 Darnell Mooney, plus 1 where someone spelled Darnell Money. And his highest sale was actually yesterday in an auction. A 1-of-1 gold vinyl rookie ticket auto ended for $676.50. Beautiful rookie ticket auto, on-card auto there. Love that little toe tap pose from Darnell Mooney in that card. You see the other highest sales were back in September for some gold cards, another gold cards. We see gold is very expensive. It's very popular. And people are willing to pay a lot of money for gold. Gold also typically comes with a out of 10 or out of 5 or even out of 1-of-1 designation. You can see the zebra field level. But what I wanted to do was this little search filter right here. You do a Control F on your keyboard. You type in November 25th, which was Thanksgiving. And right now I have 200 results showed per page, and I have it sorted by highest first. So these are the 200 highest sales in the last 90 days. And you can see November 25th, there were 4. Then we go to November 26th, which would have been Friday. There was only 2. Then we go to November 27th, which was Saturday. There was 2. Then we go to November 28th. There was the 1, which is the biggest one. And then today, November 29th, there is 4. And so I like to illustrate that people are spending big amounts of money on players in retrospect on Monday. Next matchup we look at, the Raiders beating the Cowboys in overtime. What an incredible Thanksgiving Day game here. Classic Hunter Renfrow from Clemson, the number 21 wide receiver overall in PPR formats. He leads the team in receiving in the win over the Dallas Cowboys. And when I look at Hunter Renfrow's highest sales, November 25th, remember we talked about that being Thanksgiving. So people on Thanksgiving reacting to Hunter Renfrow wasn't there, right? 0 on the first page of out of 200 top sales in the last 90 days. Friday, all right, now we've got 1 for around that $50 to $60 price range, numbered 6 out of 49, a Panini 1 RPA 3 color patch, November 27th. Now we've got 5, and November 27th was Saturday. So Saturday, another big day here for Hunter Renfrow. Let's look at those. Buy it now. That's a pretty sweet looking select RPA. Immaculate 1 out of 1 NFL Shield for 162. That was an auction. So a few auctions, couple buy it nows. Sunday, nothing. Monday, 2 more big sales for Hunter Renfrow. Kind of interesting, right? Let's keep moving. Then we look at the Bills beating the Saints. And this one, we're going to look at our first quarterback in this video. We're going to look at Josh Allen, because in this matchup, Josh Allen slings 4 touchdowns in the victory. Now, he also throws 2 interceptions here. He throws 2 interceptions in the victory. So I won the over on Josh Allen's interceptions, but he threw 4 touchdowns, guys, including 2 to Dawson Knox. So when we look at Josh Allen, now you're going to start to see some serious money. Not only that, you're going to see 11,000 sales for Josh Allen's 2018 rookie cards in the last 90 days. And you're going to see some serious money, including this biggest sale, $45,000 for the National Treasures. 4-color patch out of 99, BGS 9.5. Let's do the search. Let's go back to Thanksgiving. We had one sale. We had a nice little rookie ticket auto PSA 10 for right at $5,000, 31 bids. No feet. Yeah, no feet showing. That's funny. That's an interesting oddity there. So we had that one sale. Friday, nothing. Saturday, nothing. Sunday, we had a $4,000 sale on a blue laser PSA 10 auto for $4,000. I find it interesting that a lot of Josh Allen's big sales were back in September because Josh Allen came into the season with such a high expectation. And in certain games throughout this year, he has not lived up to that expectation anywhere close. However, he's still one of the front runners for the MVP. So we're going to continue to move, but you can see there how, you know, the sales volume moves for, especially when you get to prices this high, numbered out of 25, colossal, 4,350. That was today in auction. Let's look at the Bengals destroying the Steelers, making a huge statement game in a division matchup. Joe Mixon had 2 touchdowns, 165 yards. He rips the Steelers. Biggest sale was on September 22nd. He's also had 1,847 sales in the last 90 days. 12 out of his top 200 highest sales were yesterday. In my opinion, this is very powerful stuff. You see Joe Mixon's prices are trending up and up as the Bengals get closer to the playoffs, and he is an RB1, guys. He's the number 3 RB overall in the NFL right now. And so we look at that, man. $5.99 for the auto, the gold prism, the white sparkle PSA 10, $395. That was a buy it now sale, guys. $105 for a PSA 10 prism. Note, that was a buy it now sale. This was another buy it now sale for red, white, and blue PSA 10. Another buy it now sale for a flawless in his college uniform, mind you, with the on-card auto. Really cool looking card, though, with that big R. And then, boom, another rookie ticket auto with the on-card, numbered out of 49. So, see, Joe Mixon, based on the performance, had a big day. The Bucs, man, the Bucs barely squeak out a win over the Colts. This game had me on the edge of my seat for a large portion of this game. It was going back and forth. The Colts led for a good portion of this game. Lombardi, now Colts Slayer Lenny, goes ballistic in Week 12 with 3 touchdowns, 100 yards, 31 yards in the air. And Leonard Fournette, man, having some big sales, 1,411. He's in the same draft class as Joe Mixon. I want to point that out because Joe Mixon, his sales volume was 1,847. Leonard Fournette's 1,411. That's because we've got more of a running back by committee in Tampa. Now it has become more of a Leonard Fournette show this year at a lot of times. So let's do the old Control F here and look at November 28th. And we see 18 of his top 200 sales this season were yesterday. Based on that performance, National Treasures, big money here. Optic auto black prism numbered out of 25, BGS 9.5, few $100s there. Rookie ticket auto PSA 10 pop 9, 225. Buy it now, no best offer accepted. Someone grabbed it. The Prism Disco PSA 10 for $100. A Prism Auto PSA 10 for $122.50 in an auction. The Falcons get a win over the Jags, but not by much. Thank God Cordo Patterson came back because he got 2 touchdowns in this game. He looked incredible out there. 108 rushing yards, 27 receiving yards, number 9 running back overall in both PPR and standard formats. And Cordo Patterson, believe it or not, guys, is a 2013 rookie. 2013 rookie. And this is an interesting lot. Someone paired a Kyler Murray and a Cordo Patterson Prism auto together in an auction. kind of bring those eyeballs in. And hey, sold for 387 back on November 3rd. You can see his activity is not bad at all, man. Pretty close to Leonard Fournette with a 2017. So people were definitely been buying Cordo Patterson cards a lot since he started breaking out this year. November 29th, today, you had 5 of his top 200 sales. Yesterday, you had 7 of his top 200 sales, including this beautiful 2013 Chrome Prism Refractor numbered out of 260 PSA 10. That's a sick card because the action pose, I think that card looks really cool. PSA 10 for $59.99. That's a buy it now too. So I could definitely see someone reaching for that. So when you guys are investing, take these are the cards that are selling. Like all the cards that I've shown you, these big dollar cards are the cards that are going to yield the best ROI. So when you can find them in an auction, similar cards to this of guys you believe strongly in, go ahead and grab them and then list them in a buy it now format like we've talked about. That's just a beautiful recipe for success that I've seen work time and time again this year. You can still see that his prices overall are still very low. That's because he's a 2013 rookie. According to the science of the age apex for running backs, doesn't have a ton of time left to be ultra productive. Now he's proven a lot of people wrong because he plays wide receiver, running back, does it all, and he's been in the league now for what, 8 years? That's really dang impressive. But at these prices, it's hard to look away. It's hard to not grab a couple, even if it's just for your PC, right? It's important to note that Christian McCaffrey's prices are continuing to drop. Now he goes on the injured reserve again for an ankle injury. It's really unfortunate that Christian McCaffrey has turned out to have another season just very disappointing for the Panthers. Cam Newton, disappointing yesterday. The Dolphins put a hurting on them. Actually started the Dolphins defense in my other rookie card fantasy league. Very happy I did because they put up a lot of points for me. Dolphins getting a big win in this game. But the Patriots, man, the Patriots beat the Titans. The Titans have been knocking off everybody and their brother, but they had an ugly loss last week to the Houston Texans. And now this week they get the Patriots. And with so many injuries on the Titans, both offensively and defensively, Mac Jones diced them up. Mac Jones had another incredible game. Actually had one of the better games he's had all season. Mac Jones throws for 310 yards and 2 scores. Mac Jones prices. Let's look at the sales volume and the highest sales on Mac Jones. Let's compare that to Josh Allen. There's the Josh Allen sales. That total volume of 11,000 we know coming into the season. He's got a lot more cards than Mac Jones available in terms of like cards in a professional uniform, but the cards were at higher sales prices. So Mac Jones cards were much cheaper in all things considered and less pro uniform cards available. However, with the price point of a lot of his cards, college uniform, base donruss cards, past 90 days, he's had 66,579 results for 2021 Mac Jones rookie cards. The biggest one are some of these buy it now sales. So there's no shill bidding involved in these buy it now sales. But incredible absolute big old patch numbered out of 75. I don't know how much this offer is accepted for. I probably should go over to 130 point because I think some of these were taken at 50 to 60% of listing price. I know, for example, this gold kaboom I thought was taken around 2027. This seller accepted the offer at 12,500 on this gold kaboom, number 2 out of 10. And so there you go. Very interesting correlation there. We got to look at November 28. 2 of the top 200 were yesterday, and look at the other big sales from yesterday. Whew, that's a really nice Origins Rising Stars numbered out of 10. And this one, we know, guys, there was definitely some shill bidding involved in some of these base donruss PSA 10s that got absolutely wild. This one yesterday got up to $3,050. I think it's crazy that anybody would pay this much for a base donruss rated rookie Mac Jones when the PSA 10 pop count of this card is going to go up exponentially over the course of the next year or two. Absolutely wild in my opinion that someone would do that. which is why I think there has to been some kind of show bidding involved. Another Kaboom there sold. That was a best offer accepted. This is probably one of the best raw Kaboom sales I've seen. 2,748.99. All right, I want to look at a defensive player this time, guys, because the Broncos, man, the Broncos put a hurting on the Chargers in Mile High Stadium. The Broncos making a big win here over the Chargers, much needed. And we look at Patrick Surtain, man. Patrick Surtain, my man, the 2021 rookie here from Alabama, the number 6 quarterback sales volume. 4,156 results for Patrick Surtain. Not some pretty solid sales. And you got to think, is part of that have to do with the school that he went to? Patrick Surtain's autograph there almost looks like it says PSA. It almost looks like the PSA autograph, which would be pretty cool to have in a, but it's actually PS2, Patrick Surtain the second. But doesn't that kind of look like PSA? Yeah, that's pretty neat, man. But you look at these are college cards now we're seeing sold for Patrick Surtain. Some of the biggest sales for him in a college format there, which is really interesting. There's a really low numbered one that sold November 28th, but that was the only top sales today. He did have 4 though today. You had people spending even more money today on Patrick Surtain than they did yesterday. And this is another one of those retrospect situations, man. Here's the Patrick Surtain Absolute. It definitely looks gold to me. Number 2 out of 10 with the auto. 51 in an auction. Not bad. Defensive players, if you want to invest in defensive players, is very much in play. You know, you can find these cards for very cheap in auction, and when they start going off with the interceptions and the pick sixes, we saw it happen to Trayvon Diggs earlier in the year. Big market team, contention. Good things happen for their rookie card values. All right, next up, the Packers, man, getting a big win over the Rams, 36-28. What I found was amazing in this game is that, yes, Aaron Jones was back. Yes, he was recovering from an MCL injury, and he only missed 1 week when they were projecting him to miss 1 to 2 weeks. So you have to take that into consideration when I tell you that A.J. Dillon still led the Green Bay backfield in carries and targets. He had 21 receiving yards, had 21.5 fantasy points. Look at the A.J. Dillon sales. What I found was interesting is there's a couple super collector lots, and I found that pretty interesting. So this is another one of those situations where maybe the buyer didn't pay, and it got canceled, ended up relisting it, sold again. Those are always interesting. I'd love to get some behind-the-scenes story on that. But otherwise, let's look at the highest sales. November 29th today, only 1. Let's see what somebody spent today on Dillon. 137 on the little National Treasures booklet. Let's see what happened yesterday. The orange Pulsar out of 20. Nice, not bad. That was 5 out of 7 too. So we had some big sales yesterday. The gold Prism, 5 out of 10 PSA 9, 485 in auction. The camo, nice little Boston College there. So some people are willing to drop a little bit of cheddar for some A.J. Dillon. The 49ers beat the Vikings in a close battle here, guys. This is a game. Deebo Samuel actually suffered a groin injury in this game. Brandon Aiyuk had another good game. He's the leading receiver in this win with 91 yards. But Brandon Aiyuk is going to see an uptick in volume now with Deebo Samuel out. And I wanted to look at Brandon Aiyuk, 5,081 sales for Brandon Aiyuk the last 90 days. Let's compare that to an A.J. Dillon, 5,040, both in the same class. So Aiyuk still a little bit, and I think wide receivers draw a little bit more demand. San Francisco, also a big market. Let's look at those big sales from yesterday, November 28th, 0 out of 10, man. So definitely based on the performance, the projection moving forward for Aiyuk here. People are dropping some cheddar, man. Look at this cracked ice rookie ticket auto. Love that one. Some big money, National Treasures. So you can get the feeling here, guys, is big takeaways. National Treasures, rookie ticket autos, these gold. Those 3 cards, kabooms, you can add in, some of the really other rare, like these tie-dyes and graded cards obviously add a significant boost to the value of cards. Those are the ones that are going to draw the best ROI. Today, in retrospect, not much, but I guarantee you later on in this week, we're going to see an uptick in Brandon Aiyuk sales. Definitely want to subscribe. Stay tuned. Find out more about that. Upcoming videos. The Ravens won last night. I definitely got to look at some sales volume on Lamar Jackson. 9,005. Compare that to... So Josh Allen, remember that sales volume of 11,066. Got a 9,005 sales volume on Lamar Jackson last 90 days. And then last but not least, 6,622 on the Nacho Love and Baker Mayfield. So I want to look at some of these big sales on Lamar Jackson. Definitely only one today, but people are definitely... But check that out, man. That's a copper. Almost looks gold, but I love that little checkered pattern. Numbered out of 75. Oof. Best offer accepted, maybe around $2,000 on that card. But yesterday, man, the stained glass PSA 10. Baker Mayfield, how does he stack up to Lamar Jackson? None of his top sales in the last 90 days were yesterday or today. It's an indication Baker Mayfield prices are on a downward trend. Was not a good game for him last night. However, the coach assures us today that Baker Mayfield is not going to be benched. Lamar Jackson threw 4 interceptions in the game last night. Still managed to squeak out a win there. The Browns won't be benching Baker Mayfield, even though he didn't have any interceptions. The completion ratio here is absolutely terrible. 18 for 37. Baker, come on, man. Got to get your head back in the game, brother. That's the big takeaways. Stay tuned. Go check out the QuestCast. We'll be back real soon this week for more videos. Peace. I'm officially burnt out on turkey, man. Rude. Jesus. He probably got a good stern talking to after the game, like, look, CP, man, we're trying to tank the season so we can get that draft pick next year. And here you are just like gashing everybody up, dude.